Hi, I'm Will Weber. I'm the instructor for your Math 142 class this winter quarter. I'm sitting here in my office with my jacket on because it's winter quarter and for some reason they have the air conditioner on in here and it's cold. Um, but you're probably home in bed in your PJs, all nice and comfy cozy. Let's go through the syllabus so that you know what to expect. You'll see what I expect from you. Anyway, this is Math 142, online section 1, winter of 2017. Prerequisite for this class is a C or better in Math 141. And I like to point out, although is a C or better is the prereq, I really expect that you know everything. There's a lot of things in life like this. Besides being a math professor, I was a electrician for a while and electrical administrator even. I had to pass a test to become an administrator. And they required a 70% or better on this test, which I got 71% on it. And so I was registered, or the state of Washington recognized me as an administrator. I could be an administrator for any electrical company in the state. And the thing is, when you do a job and you do the installation, and the inspector comes and inspects and says, "Oh, you got 70% of it good. You're good. You could go." It's like, no, no. If there's one thing wrong, the inspector says, "Fix it." Right? So although the C or better got you in, it's expected that you know everything. And if you don't know everything from your previous classes, then we should get you up to speed. So please come in and ask for help on things that you don't remember from before. We will use all kinds of stuff that you've learned before. You're supposed to have learned before anyway. So there we go. Now, you're here watching this, so you already know about wamap.org. So anyway, course is on WAMAP, not on Canvas. The course ID number is 13381 with the enrollment key being 142. But you already know that. I am Dr. William T. Weber. I just go by Will. My office is LDC 221 on the Whatcom Community College campus. Please feel free to stop by. I'm here. You can also reach me at my online office. If you click on this link, it takes you to a website that I should be logged into when I'm in my office here. We can chat, you can turn on a microphone, you can turn on a camera, there's a whiteboard we can write on. Anyway, there's all kinds of different things we can do in this online space. So if you can't physically come to my office, then this is an option. If you think I should be in my online office, I'm not, then please, give me a call or send me a quick email or to say, hey, can you hop on the online office and we can work, and I answer questions anyway. So I try to remember to be there. But anyway, if I'm not there, just call me and I'll get there and we can answer your questions. So anyway, I have official office hours of noon to 1 o'clock, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm really in my office most of the day for those first 4 days of the week. I have an early morning class. I get out of that by 9:30, and then I'm in my office until I go home in the afternoon. So, I have to post some official office hours. That's what they are. But please feel free to contact me pretty much any time during the day. Fridays, I'm less likely to be here. If I have a meeting, I'll be in. Saturday and Sunday is really tough to get in touch with me. So do your work early. Contact me early in the week. I'm more than happy to help. Just you gotta make the effort to contact me though. Phone number here in my office, 360-383-3566. If I'm in my office, I certainly will answer. If I'm not, please leave a voicemail. It'll be forwarded to my email and I'll listen to it and get back to you. Email is wweber@whatcom.edu. This is a new change. We always used to be whatcom@ctc.edu, but now they dropped the CTC. We are just whatcom.edu. So anyway, wweber@whatcom.edu. The textbook is the same textbook that we used for Math 141. So you get your money out of it here. We will cover chapters 6, 5, 7, and 8. The bulk of the course is trigonometry. There's a section at the end on polar coordinates and graphs and parametric equations and graphs at the end as well. So got 1 week essentially on each of those 2 topics. Outcomes, these are the things that I would expect that you can do by the end of the course. If you're looking for, inspiration when you're studying for midterms or things, the list of outcomes is probably a good place to look to see what I'm looking for. Of course, there are core learning abilities at Whatcom Community College. We expect certain things out of you. This class is generally giving you a chance to show quantitative literacy. Imagine that. So I got to give you a grade by the end of the quarter, and how much time I got last time? Sorry, I have to keep my videos to 15 minutes in order to post them on YouTube, so we're at 6 minutes right now. So here we go. I got to give you a grade. I got to base it on something. So here we go. There's homeworks, there's discussions, there's quizzes, there's a midterm, there's a final, and there's a couple of projects. And we'll go through them all here. Homeworks, there's 2 types of homework. There is homework out of the book, and that's what's listed here. So section 6.1, you should do all the problems of the form 2n+1. This is sequence notation. If n is an integer, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or -1, -2, -3, -4, then figure out what 2n+1 is. So if with n equals 0, for instance, 2 times 0 plus 1 is 1. So you should do problem number 1. If n is equal to 1, then you should do 2 times 1 plus 1, so that would be 3. So you should do problem number 3. If n is 2, this would be 5. If n is 3, this would be 7. This is essentially the odd number. So 2n+1 is the odds. Yeah, there's a 4n+1 here on section 7.3. That would be every other odd. So there's just problems to do out of the book. There are also problem sets within WAMAP itself. After most of the sections, there is a set of problems that you can do and type your answer into WAMAP. It gives you feedback right away as to whether you're right or wrong. Not as to why you're right or wrong, just right or wrong. So there's both of those homeworks. This is not part of your grade. However, as with anything you do, think of anything that you do that you're really good at. Think about what it took to get that good. Right? Probably it took a bit of time and practice. Math is no different. You want to get good at math. It takes practice. It just takes practice, and that's what I see homework as. It's that practice. It's the sitting down at your piano and playing it for hours. It's that hopping on your skateboard and crashing 50 million times so that you can do these really fancy tricks. It's what you do to get good at the homework. So anyway, there's lots of homework to do. There are places to get help with your homework, of course. The main source, I think, for help is the discussions. Every week there is a discussion within the block on that week. The discussion is a place to ask your questions. It's a place to answer other people's questions. It's a place where I will answer your questions. It's a place to offer different resources. Sometimes you might find a website that's got some videos that are different than mine, and you think that the point of view was helpful to you. And so you'd say, hey, I found this video for this section. It's really good. And you post that. The discussions are part of your grade. They are 10% of your grade. Every week, I'm expecting you to participate. Provide something of use. Just saying, oh, thank you, that was great. That's not of use. It's nice, but I want a positive contribution as well. So ask a question. That's a contribution. Answer a question. That's a contribution. Maybe all the questions have been answered, and you say, hey, here's a problem that I worked, and I was kind of proud of how I did it, or and show us how did you solve this problem, or like I said, you found a video, or you found some other resource that might be useful to someone. So every week, just do something. Participate in some way. Answering other people's questions is really an amazing way to learn. To be able to organize something within your own brain, to explain it to someone else, really helps in the learning process. Can't emphasize that enough, that you really will learn by helping your classmates. So discussions is a place to do that. There's 12 discussions, one for each week of the quarter, and yeah, one for each week of the quarter. Oh, and then there's the getting started. Just introduce yourself, tell us who you are, a little bit about yourself, what kind of math you like, anyway. So there's that. Quizzes. Each week there will be a quiz. The quiz appears out of the ether on Wednesday, and you have until Sunday to do it. There is Sunday at midnight. There's one exception to that. I'm going to scroll down to the calendar at the bottom of the syllabus and then come back to it. Because of the fact that we start on a Wednesday and that there's a couple of holidays in this quarter, we actually span over 12 weeks, and it's an 11-week course. So what I do is week 1, starting on January 4th, ending on January 10th, so it kind of hangs over into the second week. That first quiz is the only quiz of all of them that's not due on a Sunday. It's due Tuesday night at midnight, January 10th. And then week 2 actually stretches through the end of that and all the way through the next one. So I'm considering essentially this week here from January 9 to January 30th, kind of like week 1.5. Part of it is part of week 1 and part of it's part of week 2. And anyway, quiz 2 is at the end of week 2 here. What I'm considering week 2, yeah, so that's the week number is out in front here. Just so that you keep the WAMAP stuff lined up with this calendar here. I can tell you what week each one is. We're stretched over 12 weeks. It's an 11-week setup, and so this is the way we do it. First week, there's a bunch of stuff to do in the second week. Yeah, there's a holiday in there too, but to have that few extra days is going to be really nice. So anyway, those quizzes generally are due on Sunday, except the first one, which is due on Tuesday night at midnight. So where are we? We got a couple minutes before I got to switch to the next video. Sorry, discussions, quizzes, projects. There are 2 projects. Oh, the quizzes, did I mention? There's 9 quizzes. They're 30% of your grade. The lowest quiz will be dropped. I didn't say this in the syllabus up here. The discussions, I'll drop 2 of the 12 discussions. So anyway, the lowest quiz will be dropped. Okay. Projects. There's 2 assignments that count as projects. One of them is in week 2. It's called the triangle assignment. It's like a big homework set, but it's important. It is so important that you do that, that I make it worth a little bit more. All right, that one assignment is worth 2.5% of your grade. No, each project is worth 5. So yeah, that project is worth 5%. Okay, and then towards the end, in the very last week, there's this thing called parametric doodling. That's a fun, challenging one. Anyway, that's also worth 5% of your grade. So there's that. There's 2 midterm exams. No, there's a midterm exam and there's a final. Both of them are 2-hour exams, proctored. The math department requires that in all of our online courses, at least half of your grade is proctored. The quizzes, I ask that you do. You should do them by yourself. The quizzes, homeworks, get as much help as you want. Projects, get as much help as you want. Quizzes, do them by yourself. The tests, I'm going to ensure you do it by yourself because they're going to be proctored. So I'm going to ask that people come to the campus on February 15th for the midterm, 7 to 9 p.m. LDC 124. I know that not everyone's going to be able to do that. The nature of online classes, you all have different schedules. So if you can't come at that time, please contact me and we'll make arrangements to have it proctored somehow. Use the testing center, whatever. There's lots of different options we have. My hope is that most of you can come on February 15th for the midterm and on March 22nd for the final. Both of these you will be allowed a sheet of notes. And actually, I'm going to stop right here and pick up again on the next video because I'm about to run out of time. So here we go.